So, let's talk about luck. Is it just random chance, or is it something you can actually control? We're always told, right, that if you just work hard enough, you'll get what you want. But what if that was all a lie? What if you could become perfectly, unbelievably lucky, but it came with a price that was just terrifying? Well, we're about to dive into a story about a man who claimed he'd found that exact secret. I want you to picture a casino, late at night. The air is so thick with tension you could cut it with a knife. And right in the middle of it all, there's this guy, just radiating this insane, almost unnatural confidence. That's what he says. Not a boast, not a hope. He's stating a fact. For him, this isn't a game of chance. The outcome is already a done deal. So at this table, you've got two men. On one side, there's Gaurav. You can just see the fear and desperation all over his face. And on the other side, the man who calls himself Lucky, cool as a cucumber. The whole casino is holding its breath, watching them. This isn't just some hand of poker. This is a clash that's about to change everything. And the stakes? They're absolutely massive. 20 lakh rupees. We're talking 2 million. It's everything Gaurav has, and it's all in the pot. He's sweating, his hands are literally shaking. He calls the bet, flips his cards over. A set of kings. For a split second, you see this wave of relief wash over him. He thinks he's won. But Lucky, he just cracks a little smile and calmly reveals his own hand. And just like that, poof. It's over. Gaurav is absolutely destroyed. His entire world has just vanished in the blink of an eye. Lucky, though, he doesn't even react. He just quietly pulls in the massive pile of chips like it was what he expected all along. No surprise, no excitement, nothing. So later on, Gaurav finds Lucky at the bar. He's broken and he's furious. He's accusing him of cheating. How did you do that? He's demanding. Nobody is that lucky. But then Lucky, without even looking, just points to another table across the room and predicts the winner. And Gaurav's anger just melts away into this desperate plea. He doesn't even want the money back. He just wants to know the secret. And this is where things get really strange. Lucky basically tells him that everything he knows about success is a complete sham. Real luck, he says, has nothing to do with effort. It's about tapping into something else, something dark, something powerful, that can literally bend the world to your will. At this point, Gaurav is so desperate, he'll do anything. He even confesses that his own money wasn't exactly earned cleanly. He insists he's got the guts for whatever it takes. He asks, what do I have to do? Do I have to kill someone? He is ready to go to the darkest of places to get what Lucky has. Lucky's answer is just chilling. The price for this kind of power isn't about killing a living person. No, it's something way, way weirder, something so much more disturbing. He's essentially holding out a key to Gaurav, but you just know the door it unlocks leads to a place you do not want to go. So Lucky agrees to show him the way. But of course, there's a catch. Gaurav has to prove he's brave enough. He has to complete one single, horrifying task, all by himself, at midnight. And if he chickens out, well, the consequences don't sound good. And this is where I want to turn it over to you for a second. Put yourself in his shoes. You've lost everything, you're desperate, and someone offers you a guaranteed way to get it all back, and more. What would you be willing to do? Seriously, what line would you refuse to cross? Lucky then hands Gaurav a hammer and one long, thick nail, and he lays out the instructions, step by step. And this isn't some metaphor, okay? This is a literal, horrifying ritual. Go to the cemetery, find a specific grave, dig up the body, and hammer a nail into its skull. It's a test designed to push someone to the absolute breaking points. Right before he sends him off, Lucky gives him one more thing, a sealed letter. Everything you need to know is in here, he says, but do not open it until the time is right. You'll know when. So, with his heart pounding out of his chest, Gaurav walks into that pitch-black graveyard, the letter in one pocket, the hammer and nail in the other. He searches, and finally, he finds the grave. He starts digging like a madman, sweat and dirt mixing on his skin. He manages to pry the coffin open, and there it is, a corpse. He fights down the urge to scream, raises that hammer, positions the nail, and as he swings it down, this wave of pure, absolute terror just washes over him, and everything goes black. The next thing he knows, he's waking up, sunlight is coming through his window, he's in his own bed, he's clean, there's no dirt, no shovel, no anything. And his first thought is just this overwhelming sense of relief. Wow, It was all just a terrible, messed up nightmare. But then he hears a voice in his totally empty room. It's a voice he's never heard before, but it's speaking to him like it's known him forever, and it calls him Lucky. And in that one instant, the horrifying reality comes crashing down. It wasn't a dream. It was real. He did it. He has the power now. But he is definitely not alone anymore. The voice starts to explain the deal. This luck he now has, it's real. He'll win at everything. He'll get everything he desires. But, and this is a huge but, there's a price. The entity that gives him this power, it needs to feed on his blood. Oh, and one more tiny detail. Eventually, he has to find someone else to pass this curse on to. As total panic starts to flood his system, he remembers the letter. He frantically digs into his pocket, and there it is. With shaking hands, he tears it open, desperate for some kind of explanation, some kind of way out of this nightmare. The very first line hits him like a punch to the gut, and the whole horrifying truth just clicks into place. The man from the casino, he wasn't some powerful master. He was a prisoner. The whole thing, the game, the secret, the ritual in the graveyard, it was all just an incredibly elaborate trap to pass this parasite from his body to Garup's. And the letter ends with the final terrible piece of the puzzle. A warning. This isn't just a burden he can carry. It's a death sentence with only one way out. He is now caught in the exact same vicious cycle. He has to go out and find another desperate person, another Goroff, and trick them into becoming the next Lucky. If he can't, the curse will just eat him alive. And so this story comes full circle. A man, once named Gorov, walks into a casino. He's radiating an impossible confidence, ready to play a game that he knows for a fact he cannot lose. He sits down across from some poor, desperate soul, looks him right in the eye, and says, "No one can beat me today, because my name is Lucky." Which leaves all